The 1950s. It's a period of time in comicdom that I'm really hard-pressed to ever think of. Not much was really going on, at least in my experience. But Marvel, at the time known as Atlas Comics, was looking to change that and created some pretty cool and unique characters that unfortunately never got much of the spotlight. They kinda got it in the form of Agents of Atlas, a hardcover graphic novel that collects Agents of Atlas number 1 through 6, Yellow Claw number 1, MENACE number 11, Venus number 1, Marvel Mystery Comics number 82, Marvel Boy number 1, Men's Adventures number 26, and What If number 9. Yes, that's quite a few titles, but the reason for the multitude of different issues is fairly simple. They're all the first appearances of the characters featured in the 2006 Agents of Atlas miniseries, with the exception of What If. Now, with all that formatting explanation out of the way, this was a pretty good book. One of the cool things you'll first notice about the book is the high quality paper and extra content, such as sketches and conversations. The basic premise of the book is also fairly interesting, with the main draw being the fact that you're seeing these really obscure 50s characters in action in today's updated look and approach, and it's all done really solidly. And the writers of the book were smart enough to realize that a lot of readers wouldn't know the backstories of these characters, and give a nice retcon summary of their origins and adventures. So, after all those little diversions, let's get back to the main premise. FBI agent Jimmy Woo had gathered a group of heroes in the 1950s to save President Eisenhower from the clutches of the Yellow Claw, and yet, after their success, the group was disbanded. The group is really fun and varied, consisting of Jimmy Woo, M11 the human robot, Ken Hale the gorilla man, Marvel Boy the Uranian hero, Venus the goddess, and Namora, a relative to Namor and an Atlantean. Of all these, I have to say Jimmy Woo and Gorilla Man are the coolest, as they both have a pretty good sense of humor, and so does the writing and the feel of the book. This is seen in the act of the group attempting to take down the Atlas Corporation in present times after a failed, unsanctioned SHIELD mission. Jimmy Woo is nearly killed, but Ken Hale contacts Marvel Boy to save him with his Uranian technology, and what follows is mostly a recruiting mission, locating the original 50s group. Anyways, as I was saying, there's a nice sense of humor in the form of the Atlas Corporation, obviously taking its name from Atlas Comics, and the shadow companies it controls, one of them actually being Atlas Comics. Ken Hale's description of all these corrupt companies the group sabotages are pretty funny, and just adds something to the feel of the book. Beyond that, you'll really have to read the book yourself, which I definitely recommend you should. The art for the modern series is done well and looks really good at times. The classic comics in the back are also a nice novelty and are all in full color, and give a nice perspective to see the retconning that went on in the Agents of Atlas miniseries. I definitely recommend checking this one out. With pretty good art, nice dialogue, and sense of humor, and an added layer of novelty, Agents of Atlas is something any comic fan should check out, both for the history value and the entertainment value. The book also ends on a note that says, hey, you might see more of these characters if this sells well. Unfortunately, I don't think it did, but it should have. Gorilla Man is too funny, and Jimmy Woo is too cool to pass this one up.